What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. I had to come out in the rain for this one. Because finally, I have video evidence of what black law enforcement officers do on a daily basis that most black people will never see and can never appreciate. But finally, we're getting to the point where black police officers are having to do this in the public, which is dangerous for them. You see, most of the black community look at black police officers, whether they're federal police officers or local police officers, as coons because they see the uniform and that they work for the system of oppression. But what you need to understand, if you want to change an institution, you need to get inside that institution and change it from the inside. What many people don't understand about law enforcement on every level is that there are things called unions, okay? The law enforcement unions of America are very powerful unions. And what happens is, if a police chief disciplines a racist piece of shit police officer, a race soldier who joined the police officer in order to get a badge to become part of a club, in order to disseminate, his racism amongst the people, which they do, by the way. White people join police departments as gangs, because remember, white people like to make that shit official. So while black people are joining their little street gangs, fighting over streets that don't belong to them, white people will collectively join a local police department so they can have a badge and a uniform and resources and go on those same streets and fight other gangs who are not official. Therefore, they have more power. That's what white people do. That's why all of their gangs are called clubs, right? Biker clubs, right? They have the big gangs. They got the money. They're called golf clubs. All right. They just title them clubs instead of gangs, while they chastise those who still calling themselves gangs instead of clubs. Gangs turn themselves into unions. They unionize themselves, like all the mafias, all the Italian mafia, the Russian mafia, the Irish mafia. Those gangs turn themselves into unions. Then the police department of America have the biggest and most powerful unions. And so what happens is when a police officer shoots somebody when they're not supposed to, when they do anything, and the police department tries to discipline that officer, the union gets involved and stops that discipline. The union gets involved and takes that police officer and puts them into another police department. It's the police union that fights against the disciplinary actions that the police department wants to implement on bad police officers. And there are many black police officers who are chiefs, who are in charge of police departments, who cannot discipline police officers because they run to the union, which is run by racist organizations, run by racist police officers, right? Who, even though they're no longer even police, keep in mind, people who run the union are former police officers for the most part. Even if you get fired, you can still be a part of the union. Right? The union has more power almost than the department itself. And they get funded by those entities in the back that are not named. So they have money backing them, and they are connected to other non-NGOs and other secretive government organizations that have an interest in these police officers in their activity. Okay? What you're going to see right now is a police officer, a black police officer, right? Finally he was time to crash out. You're going to see what a police officer does in private, right? But he's going to do it in the public so you can see it. So I'm going to need for black folks to stop looking at every police officer doing their job as automatic coons. You have absolutely no idea how many black police officers stop white police officers from doing what they really want to do. You Latinos and you brown people have absolutely no idea how many black police officers stop white police officers from doing what they really want to do. You should thank God that you see black police officers around those white police officers. You should thank God that there's black military personnel around those white military personnel. You should thank God that there's black firefighters around those other white firefighters. You should thank God every time you see a black police officer, because 9 out of 10, they have to police the police. They have to police their military friend, like I had to do. I had to police white people in Afghanistan to stop them from killing innocent people. Thank God I was there, because if I wasn't there, others would not be alive today. All right. Thank God that there are black firefighters who made sure that white firefighters did their job and saved the lives of people that didn't look like them. So without further ado, listen to this black man speak truth to power. And he's at risk, keep in mind, because the union can attack you. The union can attack you, and they do attack black police officers that dare to fight the racist system from within. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
This is the kind of police chief every jurisdiction needs. Here it is.
14 police officers were terminated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resigned under investigation. And then there's appeals. And you know what you do? You strip my funding. Yeah. Are you going to pay the attorney all the money that I already owe them for the bad cops that the Civil Service Board, where we're going to be here tomorrow, and none of y'all going to be here. And y'all sitting here trying to deal off these people's emotions, and some of y'all the problem. Jen Rocker, you sit there, defund the police department's budget from a legal standpoint, and then come here because I don't have legal representation, and I got to play lawyer to fight these bad actors. Let's talk facts. Let's talk facts. And then what you do? Then you go and you appoint people to the Civil Service Board that have direct ties to the union. There are 5 people on the Civil Service Board. What's wrong with good law-abiding citizens? You putting people on the Civil Service Board with direct to the ties to the union and wonder why they reverse the decisions that I make. I've been quiet, but I'm not going to be quiet no more. Where were you when they called my kids gangbangers? Where were you? You know about the pictures when they called my black boys gangbangers, and I prayed for them. When the former chiefs of police sit down and share pictures of me and my girlfriend, and I prayed for them. Where were you, Mocha? When they went to Texas, to the camp, and called me because I was trying to bring reform in this police department. Where were you there speaking up for them? Don't sit here and play like you don't know about this group of body that's trying to force the mayor to sit there and fire me for lies and say I only discipline white folks, which is a lie. Don't pretend like you don't know that. Don't pretend like you don't know that. Talk about my little black kids, and I prayed for y'all.
Let's put the picture up full mass, and we're going to put up either the mayor or mayor and council in post. We should have the picture of every single one of those he was addressing. Baton Rouge PD Chief Murphy Paul decided to break protocol, to break established rank within the council meeting and tell the truth. His department is under investigation by the FBI for alleged interrogation techniques. He unloaded on city council members. The investigations are over officer misconduct and interrogations inside of what's called the Brave Cave. We brought you that story, the Brave Cave, right here, which was a place they literally would take individuals to, shake them down, interrogate them without arrest, sometimes simply letting them go with absolutely no charge. It became a de facto police precinct operating off books. He claimed he's been accused of unfairly punishing those white officers who were engaged in police corruption, while also being called racial slurs. He also accused them and others of stripping his funding. Now, I'm going to tell you why this part was important. The reason they stripped his funding was because he had to hire an attorney to protect himself as he's going after corrupt police officers. So when he hired this attorney to protect himself, as he is firing all of these cops, as he is getting sued personally and professionally, in his professional position as chief and in his personal capacity, he has to have a lawyer. This is something the city is supposed to provide by way of budgetary allotment. He hires an attorney because he's going after bad cops. He has to protect himself. What does the city do? They decide to defund the police. Isn't that something? I thought they were against defunding the police. All of a sudden, they're for defunding the police when it comes to a black chief who's willing to be a stand-up police officer and hold those accountable who are disrupting.
Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.